So we're going to use this video to explain the characteristics of a series circuit. A series circuit is a circuit that only has one path for electricity to travel. So if I had a battery and then I had a fuse followed by a switch is a fairly common way to build a circuit. But then I had, let's say, a light bulb for a load, and then further down, I have another light bulb for a load. Okay? This one could be called L1 and L2, this being the switch, this being the fuse. So the characteristics of a series circuit is that the current flowing through the circuit from the battery's positive back to the battery's negative only has one path to follow. At no point can the electricity branch out and go a different way. So here's the three rules that you have to live by. Okay? Current is the same everywhere. So it doesn't matter where you break this circuit and measure the amperage or use an amp clamp. If you measure 2 amps leaving this battery here, you would measure 2 amps here, 2 amps here, or 2 amps here, because series circuit, the current is the same everywhere. Another thing that you can bank on is that the total resistance of the circuit is the sum of all resistances. So in a series circuit, if this fuse had 0.1 ohms of resistance and the switch had 0.2 ohms, and this light bulb had 2.1 ohms, and this light bulb had 2.1 ohms of resistance, then we could just add all of those together and we would get the total resistance of the circuit. So 2.1 and 2.1 is 4.2, plus 0.2 is 4.4, plus 0.1 is 4.5 ohms. And that is total, where these are all just individually measured ohms. And then the last rule is the source voltage is the sum of voltage drops. So if you had a 12 volt battery here, we're going to actually just say a 12.6 volt battery here, because that's what an actual automotive battery is. Then you may have 6 volts of drop across this light bulb and 6 volts of drop across this light bulb. Okay? Now we have 0.6 left, so that's going to drop across the rest of the wires and the pieces in the circuit. So let's say we drop 0.4 volts across our switch and 0.2 volts across our fuse. Then if we add them together, 6 plus 6 is 12, 12.4, 12.6 volts. Okay? We can then use Ohm's law. Along with the three rules to determine what voltage is if we know what the resistance and the current is. Okay? We can solve for resistance if we know what the voltage and the current is. and so on and so forth.